Hello. Hi everyone coming in. Hi Marie, how are you? Hi Mai, how are you? Hi Mia. I'm doing good. How is everyone? I'm just so sleepy from the holidays. Hi Natalie. Happy New Year to you too, Marie. All right, clearing that energy as always when coming in. Let that Reiki start flowing deep in the body. Then let the selenite help get anything that maybe is a little stuck, like maybe some thoughts or feelings. Oh, that's awesome, Mia. Crystals are awesome. Oh, Kiki, I'm glad you're here today. Hi, Tina Marie, how are you? The last live I was in, I can't stop. Oh, Natalie, thank you. I'm so glad you're enjoying them on YouTube. So today I really want to work on clearing the mind. I kept hearing like brain melting while channeling for tonight. So I feel like we're just really going to relax that mind completely. I got more in my bracelets. Oh, Marie, that is awesome. Seriously, once you start getting crystals, you can't stop. It's addicting. Hi, Melissa. Yeah, I just kept channeling like that feeling of your brain just like being weightless, having nothing in it. So I wasn't sure what to title it, so I just titled it Relax Your Mind, but we're gonna work heavily on just clearing the mind. Thank you for getting that, Marie. I saw that and I was like, no. So we are going to pamper the mind. I feel like it might be almost ASMR-like tonight, more than usual. Oh, those are some awesome crystals. Yes, once you start, you cannot stop. Did you? Normally when they come in asking for weird phrases like that, I'm like, what's that about? Okay, I'm gonna put the selenite down for a minute. And let's really focus on bringing that Reiki into the mind. Let it start tingling. It's tingling a little bit on my side. Tingling a little bit in your mind, generating some warmth there. Again, all you have to do is accept. You can type I accept in the chat. You can say it out loud to yourself. You can say it in your mind. It'll start flowing. If you're having a little bit of trouble connecting, you can envision a bright, sparkling golden light on top of your head. And as you breathe in, breathe it all the way in. As you breathe out, envision it pushing out any stresses, anything not serving you. I'm even feeling sinuses here, like some sinus work. We'll go with it. Just sit back, relax, let this be your hour. Happy New Year to you, Sam. Thank you, Natalie. I think I pretty immediately want to bring in the blue chalcedony. This is one. Oh, I am so sorry, you guys. That hit the glass. Okay, now that I've burst your eardrums, let's bring in the blue chalcedony. I'll have to put a warning on YouTube that right here there's a really loud noise. Hey, Sarah. Oh, those sound amazing, Marie. And you may hear another rumbling here in a second. My husband's just pulling up. I told him to hurry and be quiet. 1,000 likes already. Thank you, everyone. But we're bringing in the blue chalcedony because this one just feels like the most supportive, warm, fuzzy blanket. It really helps like wrap up any thoughts, any feelings you're having. It's really good for me personally, I think, for dealing with trauma, trying to face or confront any traumas. Oh, no worries, plushie. Yeah, I just started like 6 minutes ago. So we're bringing this in to bring in a lot of comforting energy. Citrine, blue sandstone, tiger's eye. I actually have red jasper here tonight. I think we might use it. I definitely, I really like just sitting with the crystal and holding it. Maybe I'll like do that more in depth later. But you sit with it and you ask to tune into its frequency and ask for it to speak to you and ask what it is going to do for you. I really like to do that with crystals before looking up exactly what they do. Oh, Mercury in retrograde. Happy Mercury in retrograde, everyone. Yeah, definitely try just sitting with it and speaking to it. I get mine from Crystalline Gems, Loving Thyself Rocks, Sage Crystals, and then Sapphire and Sage, BTQ. And then, did I say Crystalline Gems already? I think I did. Those are the main people. It is Mercury retrograde again. Could she read my handwriting, Marie? I wrote them at the bottom of the paper. But I gave her all the people I get them from, and I think they all ship to Canada. Awesome, thank you. I feel like my handwriting looks like chicken scratch. I should just put them in my link tree so you can go directly to them. I keep forgetting to do that. Just let that blue chalcedony just really wrap your mind in a blanket. Let your worries start to fade away right here. Oh, Marie, I'm so happy she loved it. Awesome. Yeah, I should definitely link them in my link tree so you guys can just go straight there. Did she tell you, Marie? Did she tell you? So I was like just waiting on our session, you know, just like scrolling on my phone and stuff. Thank you for the rose. Thank you. M's peace of mind. Thank you. Oh, but Maria's gonna ask, did she tell you? So I was just like scrolling on my phone and I was like checking over her confirmation email and I didn't see the link in it. And I was like, why is there no like Zoom link in here? So I email her the link like 3 different ways and I'm like, I'm so sorry if you didn't get your link. And then she pops on and I'm like, oh, you got it, never mind. It was so funny. I was like, I did not see the link in your email and I was worried you didn't get it. I don't know, like, I guess when you do the, I'll have to go back and look at it. I guess when a gift card, she was on another link, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and look at exactly what the gift card generates, because like when you just purchase a session, the email that you get is the same one I get. So what you see is the same thing I see. The gift card email, it was weird. Like the link wasn't there. And I was like, this doesn't make any sense. And so I opened it up from my appointment book. And I was like, I'm a little worried. I'm confused. But we found each other. I was like, I am so sorry. I don't know what happened. Yeah, if she could, I'm interested to see what she saw on her end. It did. Sam, you're in here. Wow, Sam's here. That's Marie's sister. I'm glad it worked out. I was so confused. But I'm glad you enjoyed it and it all worked out. Thank you. Yeah, that would be awesome. So I can see if the links match up, see what maybe happened there. Thank you for the rose, Mario. Where should we go now? Still with Blue Cow Sydney. Again, just let your brain just completely kind of just shut off here. Just let your thoughts float away. You need a nap? You can definitely take a nap. If there's been something that's weighing on your mind, just let it go right here, right now. Okay. Let me put this down. I think what I want to do here, exercise we normally do, gather up everything, all the energy, all your thoughts here. Yes, Reiki, you can take all that no longer serves you. So gather up that energy here. Maybe there's something really bothering you. Gather it up here. We're going to hold it. And we're going to send it up to Reiki. We're not going to send it all the way out to float away. We're actually going to hold on to it here. And we're going to ask Reiki to transform that energy into an energy that serves us best. So it's going to clean it and it's going to transform it. Then bring that energy back down into the head area. And let Reiki reintegrate it. Hi, Call Me. Glad you made it in. And then notice any difference here. How are you feeling compared to a minute ago before we did that exercise? Let's bring the selenite back in. Feeling a relief, Mia? Awesome. Oh yeah, that's okay. If there's nothing like specifically bothering you, like you're thinking about, that's okay. You can still benefit from the Reiki. That was just an example. Or maybe your brain just feels fried because you had a long day. Anything. You feel like it's stuck a little, we can definitely do that again. Thank you for the ticket, Mario. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mario. This is just Reiki, the channeling of life force energy. I think Devin said they were going to be right back a minute ago, but I thought they came back. Hi, Pluto. I feel like we need something a little heavier, like some clear quartz. Let me find my piece of clear quartz. It was uneventful. I just relaxed. How was your new year? How was everyone's new year? So we're bringing in the clear quartz to do a bit more clearing. You might feel it get a little tingly, a little buzzy here. That's what clear quartz feels like to me. So really just do some clearing here. Clear quartz is great for amplifying the properties of other crystals. It's also amazing for working with your upper chakras, connecting you with the universe. It's a very versatile stone and high vibration. You dyed your hair and watched Rent. Awesome. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Glad you made it tonight. Okay. You didn't like it? I'm good. Good. How were the holidays? I hope everyone and everything's doing better. So here, I feel like a lot of you could benefit from doing this visualization. So you can envision like clouds around your mind. And what you can do is you can gently push them, blow them away like that. Open up the space around your head, open up the energy around your head. Oh, good. Things were good here too, uneventful, but relaxing. So just keep gently pushing those clouds away here. Hi, Happy New Year's to you too. Oh, Kiki. Let those clouds part. Let the sunlight in. Allow the sunlight to radiate around your head. I'm going to use that clear quartz to amplify that clear energy. Ooh. No, I think that's a good idea. So a lot of you know I use products from Luna Love. She's the person who attuned me to Reiki, and she is my mentor. So we're going to use some spray here. It's called F-U-C-K yourself. So we're going to use that spray. I'm going to send it over to you through the universe. Just help to undo any more stress in the mind, anything maybe we're holding on to. Maybe our brains have been kind of foggy, but we're gonna un-F-U-C-K it, whatever it is. that over. Send that over through the universe. Oh, that one smells so good. It's so fresh and clean. It smells kind of like spearmint to me. Let me see exactly what's in it. Eucalyptus and mint. I think it has spearmint as the mint in it. It smells so good, so clean. Yes, from Lunam Love. That's who makes it. Let me put her in the comment. Lunam Love for spray. You thought mint as soon as, that's awesome. Seriously, we can definitely send like the essences of things over. I don't know how to explain that any better, but it's possible. Like there's been nights where I had a bunch of like ritual oils on and people would be like, I feel like I smell XYZ, and I'd be like, oh, I'm wearing an oil with exactly that smell in it. Just let that really clear. That spray is so clearing. It just kind of helps like untangle things, make things clearer. It's possible, yeah. I don't have anything cinnamon on. You smell Vicks. You're making pizza, so that's all you can smell. Awesome. And just let that spray gently come down onto your head and clear that energy. Let's go to lepidolite. Try to rearrange my crystals so I don't burst your eardrums again here. I need a desk that's not glass. Make your head tingly, awesome. So now we're bringing in the lepidolite to really just bring down any anxiety. Not even anxiety, it feels like if your brain's just like really turned on right now, we're gonna bring this in to kind of bring it down a bit, bring it down a notch. I have them sitting on a notebook because this is my work desk, so I have like limited space. I need to get a separate desk. I want a wooden desk. Swipes. We can definitely do swipes. So just try to turn your mind off here. Oh, copper is so good. Get it. Just get it. I've been working with it more, and I think it's really good for like brain fog too, in addition to any joint pain, muscular pain. Just trying to create those calm vibes. Hi B, how are you? No, I know. Because you could have, like, there's so many crystals for love. I'm just going to use that as an example. but each one of them can work on a different aspect of love. So, I mean, it's really never too many crystals because they all do something slightly different. I'm good. Glad you made it in. Let me draw another symbol. Oh, that felt interesting. It felt like, almost like, the best way to describe it is kind of like a brain sort of melted, like all the thoughts just melted, finally became in the moment. So hopefully you're feeling more in the moment now here. Super clear nails. Oh, I'm so glad. It'll help you sleep. Glad you're feeling that. Head empty, no thoughts. Yes, there you go. That's what we've been aiming for. Just being present, not thinking about anything, just here. I did the mental emotional symbol. I think that helped. Yes, this is your time. We could bring in some wavy, calm ocean energy here with this ocean jasper. I usually use my orbicular ocean jasper, but I got this new one. It's hard to see, but it's purple and pink. It looks like cotton candy, and I love it. Because the orbicular ocean jasper mine is completely mined out, like what's on the market, that's it. And this new jasper coming out in another vein looks like cotton candy. It looks cosmic, but it's ocean jasper. But it still has that wonderful ocean energy. Very relaxing, very soothing and supportive. Every time I look at this, it reminds me of a sweet tart, and I just kind of want to lick it a little. Nom nom, yes. Because it's so, like, it's almost perfectly round, and it's candy colored, and I'm like, it just looks so good. No. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find someone who hasn't thought about licking a crystal. A lot of people admit to it. We definitely support weirdness here. Thank you. I love this one. This one I actually got from Loving Thyself Rocks. I think this is a medium-sized ocean jasper. I think you can find it in the palm stone section. Iron bars? Oh my goodness. Yes, you don't have to apologize for being weird here. Yes, just let your mind drift even further. Become completely comfortable in this space. We live in a world where we're just constantly like plugged into technology. constantly just go, go, go. That was a good one. You have an iron deficiency? Oh my god. Have you seen or ever used one of those iron fish? Is it an iron fish? Yeah. And you like put it in soup. And it gives you like, you know, the trace amount you need. You just take the vitamins with B12. Yeah, it's really cool. Like, it's a piece of iron carved into the shape of a fish, and you can put it in boiling water. I think a lot of people make like a soup base with it. Yeah, it's interesting. Let's bring that ocean energy all the way down the body. So you can bring it into the lower chakras. Thank you for consenting. Thank you for being here. I thought Devin did come back, but maybe they left again. It seems like Devin has a lot of internet issues sometimes. Hi, Nick. No, I definitely can't say that. I don't even know what language that is. Hi. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for accepting. Just let the energy of Reiki fill your body. And then let this ocean jasper bring in that wavy, calm, cool ocean energy here. Yes, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. If you're new here, definitely hydrate after all types of energy work. So we're going to focus on just Reiki for a moment here, bringing that all the way down, connecting it all the way down to the root chakra, all the way down to the feet. All right, bring back the ocean jasper. Definitely. Reiki and all other kinds of energy work, they can make you feel like you did a workout. So I feel like we're just focusing on the body itself for a moment here, to release a little bit of tension, help get the body on the same wavelength as the mind here. Because sometimes our minds want to be still and quiet, but then there's like tension or something in the body that is holding it back. Mia. Aww, I'm glad you love it here, and that's okay. You can watch other Reiki practitioners too. But I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you love the lives. Remember to drop your shoulders. Take notice if you got them all crunched up. Let them loose. Yeah, Call Me does Reiki. Reiki Ricky. I follow them and I like their videos. Yes, adjust those shoulders. Did you hear mine kind of crack when I did that? It was sort of in my back. You heard it. I was like, I don't know if anybody heard that. Yeah, I can definitely feel the Reiki in your videos too. Yeah, let's do a little bit of carnelian. The body just needs a little bit of attention here. Help our minds relax further by relaxing the whole body. I always say, I feel like carnelian is so complementary to the feel of Reiki. They both have such a warming energy. I'm probably gonna only do it once a week when I can do lives though. Yeah, it can be hard kind of balancing things, making videos and going live. Really getting into those muscles, into the tissues and tendons here. Let your body melt. Feels like some people are letting go. You're doing great. Don't think about it. Just let it happen. Oh no, that's okay. You did good. You just forgot the ATA, but you got most of it. You can definitely support Reiki Ricky. Sorry, my hair is bothering me because you know that's what's important. It's just bugging me. Just continue to let your body just feel heavy, but in a good way. Relaxed. Let your muscles drop. Let that tension fall away. Oh, call me. That's so nice. And that way I can watch them too. You could go on after I go on, since you're on the West Coast, and then you could put me to sleep. Interesting. Yeah, we could do that. So I'm gonna start working at the base of the neck here, so the back. I'm just pointing because you can't see the back of my neck. So I'm going to go into the back of the neck here with the carnelian and Reiki. Oh, thank you, Annie. Thank you for being here. So I feel like we're making the connection between the mind and body, getting them on the same page here. Strengthening that link, relaxing that link. Thank you, Lisa. I'm gonna do a few swipes here, just bringing that energy all the way down. Really getting that connection established. Swipes are the best. Thank you. Your brain feels buzzy? Yes. I'm so happy it does. Good. I thought about calling this live like brain melt or brain buzz Reiki, but I was like, I don't know. I don't know if that seems weird. So I just did clear mind Reiki or clear your mind with Reiki. Feels like we have a really good connection between the body and mind. Oh, I know. I was like, I don't know if what people would think of that if I titled it that way. Don't know what TikTok would do with my video if I titled it that way. They would be keeping an eye, yeah. Oh, thank you for the roses. Thank you, Laura. Ooh, my hand just got really hot. We're gonna stay with the carnelian. And I'm just gonna gently work from the head down to the feet. Just feeling as I go along. Oh yes, I go live Mondays and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And then if you miss the lives, I do post these to YouTube. They're kind of like on a 2-day delay, so Monday usually gets posted on Wednesday, and then Wednesday will usually be up on Friday. Okay, I'm feeling some sinus work. I keep feeling that as I go down. So we'll go there in a minute. I feel like the hips could use it too. And then I want to do feet too. So we'll start at the top and go down. Oh yes, YouTube is the same name. And actually, if you click on the link in my bio here on TikTok, you can get straight to it. Oh, Jenny, you're so welcome. Have a good night. Oh yeah, you can, yeah, we still have time. So we're starting in the sinuses. We're gonna stay with carnelian, I think. Yeah. So we're gonna bring some warming energy into the sinuses. So this area here in the face. It's only 9:27, Marie. Well, at least it's not as dramatic of a time difference as last time. Jake, really? That is wild. I'm never not amazed by Reiki in the universe. Oh no. I definitely pick up on things, so people that have joined, I can tune into you and pick up on things, or rather the universe tells me what's needed most. So those were the areas that I was told about. So that's what we're gonna work on for a minute here. I have to be reasonable sometimes. Thank you. We still have 3 hours. Oh man. Your hips need work. Oh, we will definitely work our way down. Yes, I'm glad you found this alive. We're gonna just let the carnelian sit right here for a minute. So really like right between your brows. So the carnelian and Reiki are working together to release in the sinus area. This area feels a little tough. Your third eye is vibrating. That is so cool. Let me draw a symbol. Send it over, put it in there. There we go. I'm feeling a little bit of movement now. Feels like it moved down a little bit from the brows, like now down into the nose here. You got warm when I sent that over? Very cool. Because that was the flame symbol for Holy Fire Reiki. Hi, Taro. Thank you for the rose. I felt like it just needed some extra fiery energy. I'm feeling something particularly on this side. It's like kind of an ache on the side of my nose. I'm glad you made it in. We may go just a little bit over tonight because we still have a couple areas I want to get to. What Shamala Reiki? So the Holy Fire is the one I got the Master attunement in. And then Usui Tibetan was the Reiki that I started with, and I'm level 2 attuned to. But yeah, if you do Holy Fire Reiki, they give you like this fire symbol. It's very cool. And another symbol. Also, that is the Reiki I believe I will teach. I think I still want to do Master in Usui Tibetan, so we'll see. Marie says it's only 9:31. Oh, you're feeling it on that side of your nose? Is that what you're talking about, Jake? I'll do online courses when I offer attunements. So you can do it online. Okay, yeah, I keep feeling it right there. And I'm just gonna be honest. It feels a little hard to move. Do you have a lot of sinus issues? A lot of allergy issues? You're feeling it on the left side of your nose too? Oh my gosh. Yes, I would love you guys to get Reiki attuned. That would be so cool. That's going to be a little ways off, but we will eventually, or I will eventually open those classes. And having horrible sinus migraines, oof. Yeah, because I keep trying to like have a release happen here, and it's like, it's just hard to move. That's gonna take some work. Oh, so that's what they call it when you learn Reiki. You have like attunements, and actually, so in Usui Tibetan Reiki, it's becoming attuned, and then in Holy Fire Reiki, they do what's called an ignition. So just opening you up to that energy essentially, and then teaching you how to work with it, feel it, channel it. I'm so sorry, Sarah. Yeah, Reiki can definitely help with just about anything you can think of. So like Marie was saying, yeah, you can definitely set your intention, and Reiki can work on another area than what I'm working on. To the 5 elements Seika Reiki. But the Usui Tibetan one as well. Oh, that is so cool. I don't really know much about the 5 element one. I'm gonna have to look that up. Next is Imara Reiki and Shamala Reiki. I don't know what either of those are. 10,000 likes. Thank you, everyone. Hi, Nemi. I'm glad you made it in. How have you been? Yes, everyone drink water. Okay, I wanted to use... where did it go? That's not it. Is that it? It's hard to see in the dark here. Okay, here it is. I want to use lapis lazuli for just a second in the sinuses. I feel like that helped open things up just a little bit. That's what we needed. Good. Yes, the holidays are always so busy. Oh, yes, I remember that now. It's ringing a bell. You're gonna have to like send me a message or something, be like, look this up, because I keep forgetting after the live. You felt it? Good. I'm glad you guys are feeling it. There we go. I was like, that's what we were needing. Feels better. Like I can even breathe better now. I'm like, I was like, why won't this move? You were super blocked on your left. Oh, I'm so glad that helped you guys. Yes, please do. I feel like there's like a bajillion Reikis now, and I'm like, I can't keep up. but I want to look into them. I want to find out more about them. Good. I'm glad that worked for you too. Awesome. All right. So I feel like the work in the sinuses, we're just going to leave that there. Definitely could be more work done, but I feel like we're good to move on from the universe. Let me put that down. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm glad we were able to do that tonight. I'm glad that helped everyone. Okay, now let's go down into the hips. So I'm just going to start with Reiki by itself here. Just let the heat start building. It got hot. Awesome. I'm glad you're feeling it. Yeah, I feel like there are a lot of Reiki lineages now, or a lot of Reiki styles. Jake, you absolutely can. We can do a whole session on just sinuses. Link in the bio. Oh, tarot. I was scanning the body a minute ago as people were like coming in and out, and I felt sinuses, hips, and feet. It's like sitting on a heating pad. Awesome. I'm glad you are feeling it. Yay. Thank you, Marie. Yes, just let that heat do its thing down there. Thank you, Tarot. Thank you, everyone. I'm glad you've been enjoying the private sessions. Good. Awesome. You're having cold feet? Yeah, I'm feeling like we're needing to go down into the feet after this for some reason. And for some reason, I keep picking up on the big toes. So when we get there, we'll figure that out. So we are going to go just a little bit longer tonight because I want to get all these areas I mentioned and I don't want to rush them. Let's bring carnelian back in. Again, I cannot recommend carnelian enough for things like joints, muscles, tendons. Thumbs last time, now big toes. Toe Reiki? Did anyone stub their toe? Because I don't know why I keep getting big toes, but I do. I don't know what he's doing right now. I have no idea. He came in and shut my door after he got back home, and I don't know where he went after that. No, not the big toes. They're my problem toes. Oh, oh, thank you, Laura, for the hand heart. My dog refuses to go to bed when my BF wants it to. Oh, Marie. Your toes hurt too? Who's that? Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. Well, we are going to work on them. Thank you for the fire, Mia. For some reason now when I read your name, I want to say Mia likes baked beans, even though the word baked is not in there. Oh my gosh. Ah, okay. Okay, I'm feeling like a catch in the left hip, or like the left glute. Is that the proper word for the butt cheek? I'll just say butt cheek. I'm feeling like a little catch right there for someone, so we're gonna work on that for a second. That's funny. I don't know why. For some reason tonight I want to say Mia likes baked beans. I don't know. Is that you on the left side? It started to hurt. I'm trying to limit her beans. She can only have baked beans. I was just moving my hips and my left hip kept catching. Oh my gosh. Well, we are working there. Mia loves all beans. Oh, that's great. Yeah, like where my glute meets my back. Oh my gosh, well, we are gonna work on that. It really started to hurt me for a minute. I'm like, ooh. This just feels good, even if it's not my hip. Good. Yes, again, even if this isn't you, if you're not the people with the issue on the left side, you can still benefit from this warm Reiki and carnelian energy. Why do I want to bring... Okay, we're just going to do it. We're going to bring green calcite in. I've never used green calcite for muscular issues per se, but we're going to bring it in. This might feel like a cooling energy. Green calcite usually is a very cold energy. Feels like it's trying to soothe something down there. Your lower spine. Leg is also warm. Thank you for the pumpkin pie, Tarot. You're no longer warm. Yes, the green calcite. It's so cold. That's why I love it so much for migraines. Interesting. You're feeling cold in the spine now too. So cool. It feels almost like an icy hot type of thing. Like we had the warm with the carnelian, now we're bringing icy energy in. So interesting, because I've never used green calcite for any kind of like muscle, tendon, joint issues. Okay, so that's enough of that. Back to carnelian. Here we go. I'm at a spa, spa'd in the pool. Oh, bye plushie, see you Wednesday. Now we're gonna expand that heat again. Okay, now I'm feeling a little relaxation on that left side. You felt it? That is so cool. I think when you, are you talking about when I call Devin plushie? Yeah, when you at Devin, it adds the name, like, you know how you can have like a username and then you can also have like your name on TikTok? Like when when Devin comments, I see plushie, but when you at plushie, I see Devin. You even see Devin when they comment, like it doesn't show plushie. That's interesting. giving it a little bit more right there. I feel like, as always, we could definitely do more in this area. I feel like those of you who are really having those hip issues right here, if you could like lift your legs up a little bit and then flex and release your feet, so like flex them back, release, just do that for a minute here and let that heat work. So we're gonna move to feet in a minute, I love gum, so we'll see how long that takes, but probably like 5 more minutes or so. Bye, Bee. Glad you made it. Don't remind her it's only 9:47. Yeah, I definitely wanted to stay on a little bit longer since I picked up a few areas I wanted to work on. Okay. So now you can put your legs back down and stop flexing your feet. And now we're gonna move to the feet. Yep, still getting big toes. Okay, so even if you're not having big toe issues here, you can still benefit from the Reiki energy flowing in the feet. Just giving those feet some love, relaxation. Oh, thank you, Taro. All for the toes. That felt weird, did it? Yeah, just giving the feet kind of like a spa day. It feels a little bit like a massage. And ankles. That's so awesome you're feeling it in the ankles too. Still getting big toes. Oh, I'm so sorry. You can definitely watch them on YouTube. I know it's not the same as being here, but you can watch them on YouTube. I'm glad this is relaxing, Kristen. Glad you're here. Feels like heat on the bottom of your feet. Awesome. Good. That's exactly what we want. Feels a bit like heated stones, or what I imagine they'd feel like. Yeah. Feels like the feet getting a hug. Oh. Thank you, Marie. Yes, we've built a really nice group here on TikTok. I hope they don't get rid of this app. They keep like, talking about it. I'm like, why? No. But if they ever do, I have Instagram. Makes my veins feel old. Or odd, I read old. That's interesting. What is it doing? I feel like it's helping blood flow down there. Yeah, every once in a while I see something about, someone wanting to get rid of TikTok. Someone wants to push some kind of legislation through, and I'm like, oh my God, because, we have bigger things to worry about. But let's focus on TikTok. Oh yeah, Discord. I've never really used Discord. I used to do Instagram a lot, and before Facebook bought it and turned it into the monster that it is, it was really easy to connect, really easy to grow, and now it's not. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm not really sure exactly what their issues are with TikTok. I think some of it has to do with like security, with it being an app that, was created in another country, I think, or some other issues with it. Yeah, I don't know. Some people just don't like it. And there's just, there's definitely no bill that they could put forth that would be better. But nah. That's the government for you. Okay, for some reason I still feel like some big toes feel cold. Like, does anyone have like nerve issues in their big toe? I keep picking up on that. Good, I'm glad this feels good. Oh, me too. I can barely work my phone. Oh yeah, they definitely don't want TikTok on any government devices whatsoever at all. Yeah, that's definitely been a thing. Like if you have, like my husband had a work phone for his position, they don't want social media on that period. So that's already been a thing. So it seems kind of redundant when that's already been a thing. Oh, we can definitely do Reiki for sadness. I don't know if I have a specific video made. I can add that to the list. Minor nerve issues in your toes. Kiki, oh my gosh. Maybe I'm picking up on that a little bit, just giving them some extra attention for that. That's so interesting. I'm glad you're all feeling it. I love hearing the ways that you're feeling it. Somewhere in that genre. I don't know. Did I miss something? Oh, yeah. Some are like adjacent to that. Yeah. But I could make one specifically for it. I forgot what I was talking about already. I'm like, some are in that genre. I get it now. Your toes. What do they feel like? Are they tingling? Are they hot? Alright. Now we're just kind of wrap the feet in that Reiki energy. I think they're good there. Definitely bedtime for sure. So now we're gonna tuck in. Start envisioning that bed made of Reiki. The sheets on your skin are made of that golden, sparkling warm energy. The pillow you lay your head on is made of that warm, golden, sparkling energy. They feel like they're moving. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're welcome. I definitely wanted to get to all those areas and I didn't want to cut them short. Oh, you're so welcome, everyone. Just encapsulating you in a bubble of Reiki energy. Let it radiate. That's awesome. I think he's downstairs. I don't know where he is. Yeah, we almost did an hour and a half. Okay, now let me draw my symbol up here. Send it over. All right, and I will see you in the next one, everyone. Bye.